counting down to first pitch here at Comerica Park. It's Tigers baseball, and it's coming up next. Just over the river from Windsor, Ontario, we're in downtown Detroit at lovely Comerica Park. A good one on tap for you this afternoon between the New York Mets and the Detroit Tigers. Matt Vasgersian with you for another edition of Tigers Baseball here on the show. I'll be joined in the booth shortly by longtime big leaguers Eric Karros and Steve Lyons. But first, let's have a look at the starting lineup for the visiting New York Mets as Terry Collins sets his guys up like this. Alfredo Simon will get the ball to pitch against these guys, and he'll be given the task of really focusing on keeping these guys off the base paths. That means to be successful, he's got to focus on keeping the ball in the strike zone and avoiding the unnecessary walks. Juan Lagares will step to the plate now as we're ready to get this one underway.
Leading off the afternoon for the Mets, center fielder, Juan Lagares.
Underway at the ballpark this afternoon as the first pitch is in there for strike one.
And that's about where he'll sit with that fastball, 93, 94. And that's plenty hard enough to blow it by guys when you need to.
Now here it comes. And this is fouled back and out of play. The pitch. Out in front of a fastball as this is ripped down the left field line. That's going to be a fair ball. So the Mets get the leadoff man on base, and with that, let's take a look at the defense for the Detroit Tigers. It's brought to us by Majestic, the official uniform of Major League Baseball. Daniel Murphy will stand in now, and he'll likely have a look down to third to see if anything's up here with nobody out. Here's the first offering. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
It's so important with guys like this to get ahead with strike one. Put them behind in the count and on their back foot right away.
He's set. Now the pitch. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. Castellanos is over, and he's got it for the first out of the inning.
Maybe a pitch here that he's trying to do a little too much with. He just can't get on top of it. winds up an easy pop-out.
David Wright will get his first opportunity now. Runner still at first with one away. Now here's the first pitch. In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0.
And that's the spot that he's just going to have to keep wearing out going forward. If he can keep running that pitch in on the guy's hands, he's going to be fine.
Here comes the 1-0. Aiming for that outside corner, but just missing 2-0.
Yeah, he's looked at 2 close pitches. You get the feeling that this is the calm before the storm. I think he'll unload on this one if this thing is anywhere near the zone.
Stop the call right here.
Now the 2-0 home. Threw him a breaking ball, and it's 2-1. First curveball of the day for him, and likely not the last.
No, he's got a good one. There's no doubt about that. He'll start it on the hip versus righties, and he'll backdoor it to lefties. 2 different locations, but equally effective.
Runner goes for second. Now here's a bouncing ball headed for Iglesias at short. And that's through for a base hit. And he'll move up to third now. Runners at the corners here with 1 away.
Well, here's a manager showing early on that he's not going to play it close to the vest. They put the runner in motion, and this is the perfect hit and run. Now there's runners on the corners, and they're in a good spot to drive in the game's first run.
Here's Lucas Duda now. As he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1.
Yeah, the best way to neutralize this guy's power, just keep putting pitches right there.
Runners lead from first and third. Here's the pitch. And this will be fouled away. Waits. Now the pitch. Now a ball sprayed fouled into the seats near third. The next 0-2. And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away.
But you know, you really hate to see this first inning opportunity slip away, especially with 2 guys on and your cleanup hitter up there. But now it's going to take a 2-out hit from your number 5 guy to put a crooked number on the board.
Michael Kadire will stand in now in an early RBI spot in the top of the first. First pitch on the way. And here's a called strike at the knees. Don't think he liked that one too much, but it's 0-1.
Oh, he's got a legitimate gripe right there. I don't know about that one.
He's ready. Now the pitch. Another fastball. Another called strike. 0-2 now.
You can tell he's still frustrated after that first called strike. That's still on his mind.
He's ready now. The pitch. And a good strike 2 pitch there as he has to fight to stay alive as this is fouled away. Here comes another 0-2. Inside as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2. Seems like he's missed his spots a few times here already.
Yeah, he hasn't been overly sharp, that's for sure. It hasn't caught up to him yet, but he's going to need to find that rhythm.
Big pitch here, 1-2. Now here's a shot into right center field, and that'll get our first run home as this is down for what could be extra bases. And this is going to rattle up against the out-of-town scoreboard now. And he will score as well as they're on the board here in the first. It's now 2-0. And he is in at third with a 2-run triple.
Well, this is what happens when you dig yourself a hole out there on the mound. This is all his own fault. And both of those runners are going to come around to score on what works out to be a 2-run triple.
Curtis Granderson will get his first shot here, trying to come through with 2 away and a runner at third. Now here's the first pitch. And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1.
Well, there's the location you want right there. If that ball gets hit, it's going to be on the ground.
He's set, now the pitch. Reaches out for one and hits it on the ground to second. Throw on to first, and an important pitch there as they get out of the inning before things explode. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. On now to the bottom of inning number 1. It's the Mets 2. The Tigers coming to bat. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Here's a look at the starting lineup for the Tigers now. On the mound to square off against these guys, a former Cy Young Award winner, the veteran right-hander Bartolo Colon. And in the field, we see the Mets will line up this way. Striding in is the second baseman Ian Kinsler now to get things rolling in the home half of inning number 1. And he puts a pretty good jolt into this one, high and deep to center. Lagares is there to make the catch, and it's a 1-pitch out to start the home first.
This crowd oohs and ahs every time this guy hits a fly ball, but he didn't get all of that one, and it's pretty much a can of corn.
Anthony Goes digs in at the plate. First pitch coming. Fouled straight back. And now a pitch on the way. Oh, and this just jumps off the bat here as this is to deep straightaway right field, and you can pretty much forget about this one. That is a long home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field, and the Tigers have cut this to a 2-1 ball game.
That pitcher's got to be thinking, how can I throw a pitch like that in this situation? That thing was so right down the middle, it absolutely got hammered, and he knew it as soon as he let go of it.
First baseman Miguel Cabrera stands in. Now a swing, and Cabrera blasts this one out to deep left field. And it's gone! He liked the first pitch he saw and deposits it over the wall. So a solo shot off the bat of Miguel Cabrera as the Tigers have knotted things up at 2 apiece.
Early on here, he's having real trouble locating his pitches. I mean, this is another pitch that's biting off way too much of the plate. They've roughed him up for 2 home runs already, and we're not out of the first yet.
Here's the switch hitting Victor Martinez. As he'll swing and send a line drive out to right field. Base hit.